Okay, I want to start off maybe by picking a couple of cards, because you know what's weird? I wrote some stuff down and I was saving some pages and I put cards between. Then when I checked over my page, it was exactly what the card is. So I'm going to be talking about prostate cancer, okay? And you want me to mix them? I can mix them all you want, okay? You see, I can see this, I can't see this, and I can't see this. So if I pull something out, it's got to honor prostate cancer. So I'm going to go into the pack, and you're going to be the first one to see it. What number did I get? 7. So now we know 7 is very important. Now, 7 has a hook on it. And you know what they say about hooks? You're shoving them up your nose. What are you, digging for something? Because that's what it's all about. It's a hook. Okay, 7, okay, means the recreation of life, because this hole is open. You have the 5 here, but you don't have the 5 here. So you don't have the 10 commandments, because 2 of the commandments, okay, double over each other, and they say the same thing. So if I would add 1 to here, it would be 8, but I would have 10 commandments. Why? Because I am the Father, the first and the last. I am the first, I am the last. You see 7, but this card is 9, okay? And it's not 10 because the last odd number is actually 9. I'm going to have a cigarette if you don't mind. You know what, you know they say if you're too relaxed it's no good, but you know what? I'm all mellow, and I don't even really have to smoke much of that other stuff because I'm pretty much wide open, but my gate's only open on demand, and it takes a little bit of time to brush up. So I was thinking about prostate cancer. What in the world with the mustache? Can somebody tell me about the mustache? Okay, we have mustard, okay, and mustard is yellow, so your P is yellow. Okay, that's mustard and mustache. What else can we say about mustache? In French, it's the same thing, which means whiskers. And the reason it means whiskers is I have a cat outside, and I used to call him Monsieur Moustache, because he had all this puffy hair, okay, and his whiskers are his communication. So I'm saying, in order to walk straight and keep balance, they always tell you to touch your nose. Walk a straight line, but your nose is in between. If you put your legs where your nose is, there's no in between. You screwed up your nose. How can you put one foot in front of the other? You know what I'm saying? You put this foot here, and then put it on this side, then you put it on this side, and you're walking, you put it on this side. So if your nose is here, and your foot is in the same place, how are you supposed to work? Okay, so you can't. So what God did is He put part of our brain on this side, part of our brain on this side, and our nose is the central respiratory system. Okay? The mustache and the hairs on your nose are inside with each other. We already talked about the mustards, so the P and your breathing and your prostate all connect. Now, how much time did I spend on this? Does it really matter? I want to tell you I spent thousands of hours, but I didn't. I just thought of it just now because I was thinking of something. I was thinking about the letter M, because M, right, in French means to love. Now, if M means to love, they always say November. No. Noah, the nose. Okay? November. So you have the French and the Spanish, almost in the same category. Somehow they're connected. So French and Spanish would be S and F, which would be 19 and 6 is 25, which means it's perfect. A quarter is perfect. When you add two things, if you hit a quarter, it's perfect. You end up with 12.5, which to 1, 2 is a 3, which is a 35. With the other side 35, you make 7 out. And it means the 10 commandments of God 7 is 7, 70. When you say just 7, you're not including the 10 commandments. You're including just the 7th commandment. None of the other ones. It's specific. So when you look at the 7 card, you got to know what it is. So we're back to the mustache. So now that I can pick up the book, okay, you see this and this? These are balancing balls, okay? Your mustache is the balance of life. I mean, between your nose, the nose hairs. And as you see it, your lips right here, it has a spread on it. It shows two sides, so it means balance right away. Okay? It's showing you balance on each side because your actual division of your thought goes between the two sides. And then it comes out somewhere, I don't know, somewhere like here, somewhere behind the eyes, because my friend used to get really screwed up in the eyes, and I thought about what was wrong, and it made sense that it's the breathing and the prostate that are causing all the trouble. Now, is there anything deeper? Yeah, let's go into mustard. Mustard seeds. Mustard what? Mustard. Something about mustard. Kernel mustard. So kernel. So is your kernel not properly? Something's wrong with your kernel. An internal direction to the organ is not functioning. It's not giving the right signal. So it gets damaged. So there's a lot of ways to go in here, but I have to stop because if I continue on in a place that I do not know, then I'm going to be guessing, and I'm looking more for stories than anything else. Oh, I found the original 6 hockey teams. I want to get back to what I did in my last cassette, and do you mind if I, listen, I'm going to, I have my juice here. You see, tonight I'm not drinking much orange juice and apple juice, because I was thinking that if the sugar, you see, they say the demon, devil, the vampire, because it's inside of you, they like the sweets, okay? Isn't that what it is? They like the sweets or they hate the sweets. It doesn't matter. It's opposite. So I don't mind the sweet, but a mango says to tango. So that puts me ahead. So I just look at what I'm drinking and I want to see what I'm going to need for the rest of my night, and that's what I'll drink. Otherwise, I'm not going to drink anything at all. You know what's funny? We're not supposed to fill our gut up all the way. But sometimes I think like this. I got a tank inside of me. And every time the tank gets low, okay, it takes a part of my tissues on the inside. If I overflow it, it returns on the air intake valve like in a bathtub. So sometimes I like to get it to the top, and I sometimes like to dry out completely, because our interior of who we are must recreate. So you have to aggravate it sometimes. If you don't aggravate yourself, sometimes you don't think. So you have to aggravate your insides, and you drink just a little bit more and confuse it by mixing up your foods with your drinking. A lot of old people say, no, don't drink and eat, don't drink and eat. Well, you know what? You have to drink and eat, because it's all going to the same place, and if you want it on top of each other and separated, well, you go that way. But I prefer to drink and eat at the same time. Now, my grandmother is 97 years old. I think it's, as for as old as I am, 48, I don't think she drank anything before she started to eat. And she's 98, so what do you think I should be saying? Maybe I'm wrong. But guess what? She's always thought a certain way, and it's not the same way as me. So she's a passive, and I'm a creator, so I drink a little bit different. Oh, no, I don't drink alcohol. No alcohol. I don't want to drink it. Alcohol represents the spirit from the interior of the man who needed an out of joy. And if I'm going to drink alcohol, my problem is I want to know, okay, sometimes, not always, but I just want to know which is the bottle. And to start figuring out which is the bottle, and you start getting onto the bottle and you're not sure which, then it's the witch's brew, and it's not good. If you are in a happy situation and it's joyous, you're allowed to take it out for the joyous of the times that it is. But for any other time, it's no use. You're going for a beer, you want to talk, no problem. What I'm going to get to now is a situational card count. And what situational card count means, okay, is this is a diamond, okay? Now, what is the reason for this card, and how come I should give it any points? The reason for a diamond, okay, it's got a top point, the 2 side points, and the bottom. It has 4 all in one. 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom, okay, because top and bottom, 4 in the top, 4 in the bottom, 4 in the middle, you got 12. 1 and 2, equals 3 creation, and I just thought of that now. Plus the 4 corners and the 2 centers, and the game has begun. Oh, you hear this here is valued at 4, 4, 4. And not only that, because in a secondary count, if you want to bring this a little bit further and calculate it differently, you see that? When the 10 is above the diamond, it means 10 times a diamond. So the diamond value on this card is a 4. Okay? And at the bottom, it's 4. 10 times 4 is 40. But in section 3, okay, a diamond value is 5. And it's because of the 5 of life. From 0 to 5 and 5 to 0, you don't even know which way I'm going. Which way am I going? Left or right? I'm going from 0 to 5 and from 5 to 0. Which way? Which way? Do you understand? 0's here, okay? I went to 5 over there, okay? And I never came back. I never came back the same way, but I ended up at home because the universe is curved. That's why 5 goes to 0 and 0 goes to 5. You understand? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Now we're going to go 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4, 5.5, you're home. And that's the reason they called Lenin U55. It's because it's always 5 away from home. Or always 5 away from a railroad station on Monopoly. And that would account for Lenin. Okay, so now the other number count for the diamond, it is a 5 because it plays from the middle and it's in everybody and it takes no sides. It's an indecisive card. It's a machine. It's a collectible machine. Okay, it doesn't do anything else. Now, the spade, okay, is also valued at 5 because it's the body parts of man. Okay, he wears the spade suit, and the reason he's black is because all his parts are on the inside. Man's parts are on the outside. He's Mr. Potato Head. So his value is 5 also. But he's for man and woman, so he'd be 5'2", or 52. And 52 weeks in a year is perfect, because it's for every man. It's for man and woman. And the letter count for the earth is 52. For the heart, it's 52. And reversed, it's 1/4, depending on what side you're on .com. And if you want to write backwards. So now we're going to go into the club. So when you go into the clubhouse, it means you've gone into the clubhouse, and the 4 corners are covered because every player is covered on the team. The coach has to know where all the players are, okay? Unless he tells them to sit out, they wear their suit, they know they're not there. If they're there, they're there. They're not there, they're not there. So the club is a perfect 4. It's a club. And not only that, but when the NHL started, Boston, Chicago, and Detroit, okay, were only 3. But when the NHL made the swing, okay, in 1926, and they made that swing, Montreal was the pillar of the 4th. And then there was 5 and 6. So we went all the way up to 4, and then 2. Okay, follow me. 4 and then 2. 2 and then 4, 24. Okay, so the club value, okay, is 4 because it's perfect. It has to communicate with you, spirit, and the other 2 worlds. There's 4 suits, and its value is 1 in each suit. No more, no less, because it's a mind. It's all in the mind. Now the heart is a value of 6, and man is 6, and across from 4 the angel. And man is 6, okay, because he takes up the 4 corner pillar stones of God, okay, and his life and the life of his angel he brings with inside this world. Okay, so his count for the heart is 6. Now we go over the cards, and every card gets a count of 0.25, okay, except for the diamond. The diamond, okay, gets 2.5 because it goes with everybody. Frank's Red Hot, I put it on everything. The diamond. That's why she's on the radio, because she's describing the beta energy, which is the female. Now, what we have now is man with the quarter is 6.25. Club with the 1/4 of the suit is 4.25. Diamond with the 1/4 extra is 7.5. And spade is worth 7. Okay? The total, 24 hours a day. That's the exact total. And the other thing is when the NHL came in, the only time they talk about, now, I like to talk about old paper news, because anybody can tell me what has changed from the future, but I like to start off in like the 70s. And if there's something before it, no one really can say very much to me, because if you were born before the 70s, you have to be 70 years old really to get in any discussion with me. So I bring it back to the 60s, because I want to hear what somebody first said, even if it's wrong. Because then if it's wrong, we just have to look the other way and I'll see it on the backlash. Okay, so anyways, back to hockey. Okay, it was 1909 to 1917 for Montreal when they started it. There was a division of 8. Oh, when you play pool, the division between the stripes and the solids is an 8 count. And like I said, everything was 888, and it started 8 years later. So now you have 888, 888 with the Montreal Canadiens, because they were the pillar stone. You count them twice, because they were the beginning, Alpha, Omega. Omega actually means me in this world of the game. The name of this planet, okay, by William Z, is called The Game. It's all about every game in man's life, in order for man, okay, to detail his mind to advance into the future. So anyways, now that we have this, so we have now from the year they start, okay, 1926 I think, or 27 was the beginning of the first season, or the last end. So and what you have is 25 years, and then you have 25, yes, you have 25 years between 1909 and 1926, and then you have 1926 to 1936. You have 16 years. Okay, now this is mixed up. I mixed up myself, because there's a period of 16 years. Whatever it is, it's very important, that number, okay, and I mixed up. Anyways, let's just drop it. But the expansion was in 1967, okay, which is Manage's World. So 77, 87, 97, 07. 40 years. To 2012, 45 years. Okay, 45 years. That's what that means. The angel. 45 years means the angel. 48 years means the angel of heaven. So that means the Mayans, who have talked about everything they did, shows up now in hockey, and I just started this. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. I don't have to make an hour video every time I come out here. I hope everybody found this interesting. Always say yes. Always say yes. If you're watching, say yes. Unless you think I stink, then write me a note and say you stink. Okay? My energy feels a little bit low. I've had very few hits. And, oh, I'm not going to stop or give up. But I feel I have that energy. And if I have the energy and I need to spread it, I certainly ain't spreading it for me. My word is to help Africa. If I can make money through this YouTube from all you people around the world, you don't have to have my word. You've seen my work in the last year. You know who I am. Okay? I'm tied up. Okay? I'm tied up. Okay? To the creator of this world and not to this world. Like I said, my money, I just throw it on the counter. I don't care. It needs a little air, and air ain't good for nothing, so I just leave it there. It makes no difference to me. I can put it with my socks, okay, in my laundry. I don't care. We need to just get by in life, okay? We need to care about the bare necessities. Now, I'm going to be doing my next video, and I have tons of stuff more, a lot better than what I did. I have torn apart all kinds of crazy things just because of a 5 cent, 10 cent stupid game I was playing, and I tore apart something that almost shows you when these portholes open up. Because once you know the positioning of one, if they're all made the same, then once you figure out your own, all the rest are the same, and then if you can see the past, well, you can create the future, and you'll know, because it's straight ahead, 45 degrees, 90 degrees. You can't be any further off than 90 degrees, because it's all the way in the back or all the way in the front, one or the other. It's in some place. As long as it's in some place, you go around and around. You don't make a sound, you become a mouse. So it really doesn't matter. The time has come. The time has come. The kingdom has come from your action. There's an installation of a soul in our world, and he and only